Hey everybody, Eric M Twins 28 here. Quick vlog update. Episode 299. We're one away from 300. 300 is going to be the MJ biopic review. I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to go see it with my daughter Piper tomorrow night. Can't wait. So, I think I've decided I want to do the 300th MJ related. Duh. That's what my whole thing's built upon besides gaming. But that's not what this episode's about. This episode is about my fan fiction website. And I think I've brought this up before. So I just want to give you guys a key in on little things. So for many, many years, dating back to high school, I've written my own fan fiction stories. I know it sounds nerdy, but hey, it kept me out of trouble and just gave me something to do. Sorry about that. Back in the 90s when I was in middle school, high school, I got into Power Rangers, and but when it got towards when they did the Alien Ranger fiasco, I'm like, what the hell is this? I can't say F because I was a kid. I was a teenager. I probably said what the fuck. I thought the Alien Rangers was some of the dumbest shit they came up with. They put that in between season 3 of Mighty Morphin and Zeo, and they made the Rangers into kids, and then they had to go on the conquest to find the Zeo crystals, and these aliens from another planet came to save the planet using the Shogun Zords. It was ridiculous. I loved Power Rangers Zeo. They got it right. They did a great job. The only thing I did not like about Power Rangers Zeo was that they screwed up the whole thing with Billy. But we all know everybody found out why he left the show and why he wasn't the Gold Ranger, and it was because the actor David Yost was bullied backstage because of his sexuality, which I think is wrong. Um, and that was bullshit. He left the show, which was a shame because they had a great opportunity to make him the Gold Ranger and should have. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Jason as coming back as the Gold Ranger, and I love the character itself. The Gold Ranger was fucking amazing. He's up there in my top extras Rangers as far as top 5. I think he's up there. He's obviously up there with Tommy and probably Zane, the Silver Ranger from Space. Even though they didn't really give him much. They didn't really give him much, but and then they went. The last episode of Zeo, Jason lost his powers. They got the powers back with Traya, Triforia. And then all of a sudden we're going turbo, and they had no explanation what happened to the Zeo powers. They had a movie about it, and that was it. And a kid is playing the Blue Ranger instead of Rocky. It's like, what? And in my opinion, to this day, as far as the early Power Rangers from Mighty Morphin to Lost Galaxy, those are the ones I kind of watched religiously. After In Space, I kind of didn't watch as religiously as I did because it was just stupid. They were changing every year. But in my opinion, Power Rangers Turbo is the worst franchise of the worst series of the franchise, next to Alien Rangers. I started writing my own stuff in high school. Just I had these ideas floating in my head. I was like, I can write better stuff, and of course, I implemented myself into the storyline. So I started writing my own Power Ranger stuff, but then I started trajectorying interjecting it with other franchises, and I started doing Star Wars with it too. So I had Star Wars themed Power Ranger series I wrote on my own. I've written my own series of Power Rangers and my own stories of current ones from Mighty Morphin up until Lost Galaxy. And then I also implemented in between those Power Ranger series of my own. I wrote my own stories, and it was good. And I started finally typing them out and putting them on computer in files and online. And I've posted them on different websites over the years. Some of them, unfortunately, I've lost due to computer issues or websites going down. And I've tried numerous times to go through the Wayback Machine on the internet trying to find my old work so I can save them. And now I'm recollecting everything on Wix. I created a fan fiction central area of all my writings on Wix, and I'm posting all my Power Ranger stories for everybody to read, and it also allows me to go through and fix some of the grammar issues I had back in the day. My English teacher would be so proud of me. And just fix some of the other stuff that I thought was kind of hokey and weird, and I enjoyed doing it. And as the series moved on and the Rangers got older, my stories started getting more adult. Power Rangers turned more PG into R-rated, and then sometimes I had some really adult stuff in some of my series. And it's fun. And now I've been going back and copying everything I've written from the past up to the current story. I started it was over a decade ago. I created my most recent one, which takes place around the year 2016. Two sets of Ranger teams, the current team that's in the story, and then a legacy team of older Rangers, which would fall into my group, and the legendary Rangers like Tommy and Jason, Kimberly, all those guys. And I'm posting those on my fan fiction website, which I will post a link in the description. And I'm also been working on my rosters. I have each Ranger series I made, I do a roster team, so you can see it lists all the Rangers and their Ranger colors, so you can see them and who's in this series and for how long. But I've been using the one thing I like about ChatGPT and AI is it's allowing me to create concepts for the series I created that aren't on the Power Rangers series, like Power Rangers Jedi. That's something I came up with. Ninja Mission is a kind of my own version of Ninja Steel, which is a real one, but it's completely different. Ninja Mission's mine, which is I'm working on offline right now. My current one, which I haven't touched in 10 years, that's going to be most likely my last Power Rangers series, Dark Forces, which combines Star Wars, Power Rangers, and the Star Wars game Dark Forces 2 Jedi Knight. That in itself is going to be like a whole mini-series / movie type thing, and it's going to have a major plot twist. I'm not going to say what, because spoilers, all that, but I've been picking all these different actors and actresses I want for some of the characters I'm creating on my own. And there's some interesting concepts that ChatGPT has been helping me with. That I've been getting some famous people. I've decided that would make a great Ranger for this character, and I got some great AI created pictures, and it's cool. I love ChatGPT with it, and it's even helping me with coming up with some concepts. And I've been talking to ChatGPT about Power Rangers, and last night I asked it about Zeo, or no, I asked ChatGPT what its favorite Power Rangers season was, and it said Time Force, but In Space was a close second for it. And then I mentioned Zeo was my favorite of all of them, and then we got into talking about that and In Space. And I mentioned how, the things going on with Billy, and I started talking about Billy and how I think he would make a great mentor like Tommy Oliver was in Dino Thunder. And so ChatGPT is kind of fun to talk with. It's almost like talking to somebody real, and it's scary how almost accurate it is, but it's fun creating these different things. So I wanted to let you guys know that I've been working on this fan fiction website of all stories I've been writing, and I'm going to resume writing once I get caught up and post everything I've done. And it's not just going to be Power Rangers and Power Rangers / Star Wars based stories I'm posting either. I think it was about a decade or two ago, I wrote and finished a Grand Theft Auto story. I called it the Dawn Wars, and it takes place in Vice City. Features Tommy Vercetti as the main character. It goes back to Vice City way after the events of the original game, and it implements scenes from the original GTA San Andreas and it also implements things from GTA 4. So I'm going across old Los Santos, San Andreas, old Vice City, because we have new Vice City coming out. We don't know what it's like yet. So that story took place old Vice City, and then Liberty City. It's a combination of old Liberty City from the GTA 3 universe, and it hooks up to new Liberty City from GTA 4. So it's really cool, and it's a great story. I'm going to be posting all those. I have those available online on my original Blogspot website, which is where I'm taking all my stories and moving it to Wix, because Wix is just so much cooler and easier to streamline. Plus, I can't log in to frickin' Blogspot. They changed it years ago, and I forgot my login information. They won't let me get in, so it's like, whatever. And it's connected to no phone number I don't have access to anymore, so it's like, oops. So I'm just trying to copy what I can. But I wanted to let you guys know that I'm doing, besides the channel itself, I'm doing fan fiction stuff. But I thought about it, I'm like, do I want to do AI created stories, read my stories, and post them on the channel? I thought about it, and I'm considering it, but I want to get the writings done first. I want to get caught up and get the concepts. But I thought that'd be something cool to introduce to you guys. I'm even considering maybe creating another series after my current one, when I get to it eventually. That takes place well into the future after Dark Forces. Maybe looking into Power Rangers lore and seeing about taking one of the series that's happened since between after Lost Galaxy and the current editions, or the most recent edition, whatever it was. I would tune in once in a blue moon to check it out. I watched Dino Thunder a couple times. It was okay. It was cool because Tommy was back. And I tuned in when I heard they had the Forever Red. And then you see these reunion shows with all the other Ranger teams that have come back and helped the current teams. I know on Netflix they got Once and Forever, where they brought most of the original teams back. Minus Tommy Oliver, he wasn't there. I think that was just before or after Jason David Frank died. But all the originals, most of them came back. Some of them didn't. I know Kimberly Hart, Amy Jo Johnson, she didn't come back. Would have been great if she did. She still looks gorgeous for being in her 50s. Oh, she still looks good. They brought in a young actress to play Trini Kwan's daughter, who in storyline got killed by a newer creation of Rita Repulsa, whereas the actress that played Trini Kwan sadly passed away in 2001 in a tragic car accident. I think it was somewhere in San Francisco, if I'm not mistaken, before 9/11. So we lost Trini Kwan. She was one of the very first Power Rangers actors and actresses that we lost. So we never got to see Trini Kwan make a return, but her daughter in story canon made a return, which is cool. And I'm actually implementing that character in my current story, Dark Forces, when I get back to it. I was just thinking about that, trying to come up with different characters, and then I remembered they brought Trini's daughter, and I'm like, I can do that, because Trini was involved in some of the stories I wrote in the past. Mighty Morphin, and then one of the ones I wrote on my side, I brought her back because it took place a few years or a couple of years before the actor died. So I kind of tied it in with the actor dying. So Trini makes an appearance in one of my major series. So when people get to read that, they'll say, hey, Trini's here. And they'll realize, the year it was before 2001, before the actress passed away. So I tried to do that. I tried to keep with the storylines, so the timeline. So if there's certain people that were actors that were passed away in the show, I won't bring them back. So like Ernie the Juice Bar guy from the original series. The actor in real life passed away at a certain time period, and I think I got that. I wrote that into my storyline somewhere that Ernie died, and it was his juice bar was bought by somebody. So I'm gonna post a link in the description so you guys can see it. I think right now I have 3 series up of stories I wrote. Some of the early ones, and there might be some towards the end that I'm going to post. They're kind of light on stories, so I might go back and rewrite, not rewrite, but write a different story if I come up with a different concept to fill it up. Because like my Mighty Morphin series, I have like just a handful, and then boom, we go off into Zeo. Same thing. Only got a handful of Zeos. Boom, and then I believe I go to one that I created called Lightning Force, which those 3 are on there. And then the one after that is the first big one I wrote, and that's Power Rangers Jedi, and that was my first crossover of Star Wars and Power Rangers. And that's the one I'm working on right now, transferring over to my new Wix site. And once I get everything transferred over to that, it'll go live, and I'll have 4. And of course I got GTA Dawn Wars listed, but there's nothing on it yet because I haven't worked on any of that, because that's going to be an undertaking in itself, copying all the chapters I wrote of that. Not to mention I did a separate page for that story originally, like I did with the meet the team lists, where I showed the different Rangers and all that, and their color Ranger. For the GTA one, I did a page for showcased radio stations. I picked my own radio stations between San Andreas, Liberty City, and Vice City, and I came up with my own playlist. So I'll have to post that when I post the Dawn Wars. I think that'd be kind of cool, and people can see what songs I picked for different radio stations. I could tell you like V-Rock was there. I picked V-Rock. Flash FM was there. KDST is back. Esperanto and Vice City is there. Vibe out of New Liberty City is there. So stuff like that. And I have a pretty good list of songs. I'm probably going to edit those, figure out the time period I was doing that, and I might make some of them longer. So I just want to talk to you guys about that what I've been working on off camera. I actually stayed up late last night, all night, because I got a nap in yesterday, working on just my Ranger team's page for each series I've been working on, and collecting all that, and I realized like, oh shit, it's 7 o'clock in the morning. I need to go lay down for a while. So Jonathan went to school, his half day of school, about 11:30 this morning. He gets home at 3:30, which he just got back about a half hour ago. After he went to school, I crashed. I slept all day. It's like, doing nothing. I didn't sleep last night because I was busy typing on my computer. I should have been doing some videos. I think I rendered one MLB The Show, but I didn't upload anything, and I was working on my Wix website all day, and I'm just like, I'm going to go crash. So I think I'm going to do some more of that tonight, and I'm also going to shoot some stuff. And tomorrow, see the MJ biopic, and for the 300th episode, I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to go in depth about it. I'm going to try and not spoil it too bad. It's been out for a week now, so I should be okay, but there will be. I'm going to try and hold the spoilers to minimum. I'll just give my opinion on it, the soundtrack, what I think they should have talked about, what they didn't talk about. There's a few things I know about the movie already I'm going to have a little talk about, but that's it for now. I just wanted to talk about Fanfiction Central and what I've been doing with it, and I think you guys are going to like it. It's going to be some cool concepts. And some of those series I've written are going to include friends of mine or classmates of mine from high school that I went to school with. My best friend Ryan, who I've been friends with for well over 30 years, he's going to be in there. My friend Casey, I've been a friend of his. We were baseball teammates. I made him a Ranger years ago. Um, my high school crush, I had a crush on since um, middle school. Her, there's a character based off her, but it's not her herself because I just fell out of contact with her and I don't have access to anything. So I picked an actress to represent her, and she's in some of my stories, and she actually the actor or actress, in this case it's an actress, the person I picked to represent her fits the mold that my crush was growing up in my life. She was, down to earth, sweet girl. She was a gymnast. I had a crush on a gymnast. She was good. Um, so it ties into my story. She's training as a gymnast and blah blah blah. So, I think you guys are gonna. And I got a lot of celebrities in my series that you guys are gonna see when you see the rosters. It's gonna be pretty cool. Some of the people I've decided to create and some of the celebrities I got in there. So that's it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed this. And if you like this episode, hit the like button, leave a comment if you like, subscribe if you'd like to help out future projects, upgrades to the channel. Please visit my Patreon, or you can drop something in the old Cash App. You don't have to help. Any help, greatly appreciated. Until next time, episode 300, it's coming. Peace out. And the vlog is over.